everyone, I'm Yvonne with Southern Designs and Finds. I wanted to show you my 3 vintage Christmas trees I made. I used remnants of a crocheted runner and also a lace sweater that I found at a thrift store. I cut 3 spindles from a chair and I drilled holes into the top of each spindle. They're about 5/16 inches in diameter. I'm using muslin fabric that I cut into the shape of a Christmas tree. This particular one is 6 inches wide and 9.5 inches tall. I believe it's the second largest of the 3 trees I made. I'm using fabric hot glue from Hobby Lobby to glue my 2 sides together. We're going to leave the bottom open so that we can have room to stuff it with polyfill. I'm going to take a piece of the crocheted runner now that I cut to fit the muslin fabric, and I'm going to glue that to the top of the fabric here, to the front of the tree. This glue dries clear. I just felt like it would work out better because it dries clear and it dries fast. Now I'm going to glue the other side, but you can use Fabri-Tac or any kind of glue that you have. It'll work just fine. And there you go. So now I'm going to take a second piece of that crocheted runner and I'm going to glue it to the back of the tree. This way both sides of the tree will be finished off really nice. I'll embellish the front of the tree, but I'll leave the back of the tree plain. But that's entirely up to you. Now I glued the 5/16 inch wood dowel into the hole that I drilled in the spindle, and I'm just checking to see how it fits. I'm taking some polyfill and using a skewer and stuffing the tip of my tree now. And I'm going to take some hot glue and put it on the tip of my dowel, and hoping that it's going to glue to some of that polyfill so it'll stay in place as I'm stuffing the tree. And I didn't use a lot of polyfill to stuff this. And I'm just continuing to stuff it with some polyfill there. And as you can see here, I'm repairing a couple of places where the seams broke apart. That happens sometimes. Now I'm going to glue the bottom. And I glued both sides together, and it's basically just going to hug that spindle. And I love the way the bottom of this doily drapes just the top of the spindle. It looks so nice. And now I'm going to give it a little bit of a trimmy trim. Some of my polyfill was sticking out through the seams. You could sew these too if you like. Now I'm going to take some rosettes that I cut out from another piece of a doily, and I'm gluing a wood button on top of the little rosette. I'm using a piece of lace, and I'm going to glue that to the bottom of the tree and just checking the placement of where I want everything to go. And you're going to see these rosettes in all of my trees, and it's just from another piece of a doily. Now I'm gluing my lace down. And now I'm going to take a crocheted piece of trim there and glue to the top of that piece of lace, just layering it. And trim off the sides there, clean it up a little bit. And now I'm going to glue all 3 of those rosettes to the front of the tree. And you could use pearls, that would be beautiful too. Now I'm going to take some E6000 and I'm going to glue a rusted primitive star to the top of my tree, and there you go. Now this is the tree I've already pre-made, and it's made out of the white sweater, the lace sweater. And I'm going to take a piece of the trim from the runner and I'm going to glue that to the bottom, kind of cutting it to fit. This lace is white and the other 2 trees are ivory, so this trim from the other runner is going to look just great. It'll all coordinate great. And I took a piece of trim and I rolled it into a circle and made me a little flower and put a wood button on there. And now I'm gluing some of those rosettes, and there you go. There's all 3 of my trees. And I think they coordinate really nice together, and I have really enjoyed them. They are displayed here in my dough bowl with some Christmas greenery, and I've thoroughly enjoyed these trees. They all coordinate together. They're similar, but they're unique. And on the largest tree, I added some Sweet Annie underneath the primitive star, and I love that look. So I hope I've inspired you to do something similar and make some Christmas trees. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, please visit my page, Southern Designs and Finds, and have a great evening.